Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about and reviewing the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I gotta say, I had a very fun time in this movie theater. If I was 12 years younger, maybe I would have been obsessed with this movie. But nonetheless, I still had a great time. I think it was so much fun, and it has made money bags on top of money bags on top of money bags. However, critics do not think the same. This movie has a 57% critic score and a whopping 96% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie's rated PG, came out this year, an hour 32, and the summary goes as this. With help from Princess Peach, Mario gets ready to square off against the all-powerful Bowser to stop his plans from conquering the world. That's it. It's literally a sentence long summary. The summary, being that short, can kind of tell you a little bit about the plot. You don't have to think too deep to understand this movie, and you just have to accept that. Now, me personally, I'm not going to go in and critique the hell out of this movie. I'm not going to say, oh, well, the underlying themes of this and this. I had fun with it. I'm going to talk about why I had fun with it, and that's just how we're going to do it for the Mario movie. After 4 decades, the biggest video game adaptation finally hit the big screen, and it was actually really good. I was talking to my friend before watching this movie, and we were discussing some of the gripes that we had with the Sonic movies, and I bring that up because one of the things we talked about was how Sonic kind of pulls him into the real world. So we have a cartoon Sonic with live action people. After setting up his home world in the first couple minutes of the movie, we never go back to that. We always stay in the real world, and we have everything happen on planet Earth. However, Super Mario Bros. Is completely different. It's fully animated. We can go wherever we want. We can explore whatever we want. We go to the Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser's Castle, Donkey Kong Island. We even have a cool little sequence on Rainbow Road, which was visually pleasing. And every single place we visit along this wild adventure is just full of stunning animation. It always has something to offer, and that right there adds a ton to the movie, because Sonic, it has its kiddie jokes, it has its moments where you're kind of like, okay, but it doesn't really have anything to offer in terms of like visuals. I mean, the action sequences are cool, but you know, I would have loved to spend more time in Sonic's world. I would have loved to build up the lore a little bit more. We don't have to have everything happen on planet Earth. And Super Mario Bros. Understands that fully and capitalizes on just throwing you into this crazy visual experience. And on top of that, there are little references in every scene. It keeps fans of the game on their toes. Now, me personally, I only played a couple Mario games growing up. I'm not like the biggest fan ever of this franchise. I still love it. I could still pick up on some references, and those references were executed perfectly. It all flowed. There was never an empty reference, and it always just kept you focused on the experience and focused on the movie at hand. And on top of all of this, I think the score was beautiful. I mean, the Mario score is something that you can always pick up on, but the soundtrack, like all of the licensed music, was so much fun. There was certain moments where music is just coming on, and it happens about a good like 4 times where music just hits, and me and the dude next to me, like, we're just sitting there bopping and just jamming the whole time. It was just so fresh, and it fit whatever spot it took comfortably. And just so I'm touching all my bases here, the voice acting was just mwah. The voice acting was amazing. Now, Jack Black is obviously the clear standout. I mean, his Bowser was phenomenal. He also has this ballad that he sings for Princess Peach. I'm sure you've seen it make its rounds around the internet, and it's just awesome. It's beautiful. It was serenading me in that theater. However, we can address the elephant in the room. Chris Pratt, surprisingly freaking amazing as Mario. I think Charlie Day and Chris Pratt, they both deserve respect for their roles in this movie. I mean, the year leading up, finding out that Chris Pratt was voicing Mario, it was a messy discussion online. However, you get into this movie and you fully encapsulate yourself in this world, and you can't find anything to complain about. He did a great job. And so this whole past year of discussion and debate turned out to be just a big waste of time, because Chris Pratt went in there and he did his thing. And like I said, I'm not going to talk too critically about this movie. I'm not going to dive too deep. I agree with what everyone's saying. Like I said at the beginning, if I was maybe 12 years younger, I would have been obsessed with this movie. It would have been my favorite movie of all time. However, here at the big boy age of 20, I was still able to have a very, very fun time. And again, like we mentioned earlier, a very straightforward plot. I mean, there's not much to wrap your head around. Again, it's very easily digestible. And you have your kiddie jokes, you have your kid moments, but it all just seems to work. It all blends very, very well, and it's definitely going to get a ton of people to the theater. I mean, at the time of recording this, the Super Mario Bros. Movie has already become the highest grossing film of 2023 domestically in less than a week. All praise, hats off. They have something huge on their hands, and I have no doubt in my mind that a sequel is coming, especially from the post-credit scenes, and maybe even a bigger universe. Who knows? Maybe they can get Sonic, Mario, they can start making some Zelda movies. Whatever you want to do, get all these people together, have this one huge Smash Bros movie. I guarantee you that movie will cross $1 billion easily. So there you have it, Super Mario Bros, one of the most fun movies of the year. My grade is a very ripe 80 out of 100. I think it falls at like my 6th, maybe my 5th favorite spot on Letterboxd. I don't know. I will have my Letterboxd list right here, my 2023 movies ranked, and as you can see, Air is already on there as my 3rd favorite movie of the year. It was a banger. I'm definitely going to be talking about that one next. So let me know in the comments, what did you think about the Super Mario Bros. Movie? Is there anything that you would change? Did you love it? Did you not love it? Despite how you feel, you cannot deny this movie is making bags. So without further ado, that's my review. Thank you for watching. Peace.